Hello, great people. It don't happen again, as insurgents storm a school in Niger State and abduct about 100 students. Yes, you heard me right. About 100 students have been abducted days after 25 females were abducted in Kebbi State. May you not mix them together at all. Make I distinguish them for you, because the one where you be doing here recently, now the one where happened for Kebbi State in Maga Comprehensive Girls Secondary School, Kebbi State, where 25 female students were adopted. The one where I want to talk about now, where I go to tell you how the thing happened and I go to dissect the issues for you. Now, the one where just happened again in St. Mary Papiri Private Catholic Secondary School, Papiri in Agwara, Niger State. If you stick with me, I will tell you what happened, how the students were adopted, and I will tell you the dynamics that led to the adoption of those students. I will be unveiling some things to you, some shocking things, I must say. And also, I will be taking you into the international realm by telling you the reaction of the foreign media to this. I will tell you what Abduction+ion, the German media, is saying. I will tell you what CNN, Al Jazeera is saying. Then I will play you something from Fox News. Then after that, we'll be dissecting the abduction of those students, the pattern of the insurgent, what Nigerian government has failed to learn, what is going on in the political cycle, the fate of the ordinary Nigerians, the fate of education in Nigeria, particularly northern Nigeria. We'll be dissecting all this and more on this episode of Politics with Oshua Plug, Dr. Omosholadeji. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, of course, do want to subscribe to this channel so that as they bring the story hot, definitely go to land for your hand real time. And make sure you share this video, let others get to enjoy it as well. Now, what happened? It happened that there is a school in Niger State, and take note of this, it is a Christian school because from the name, it is a Christian school because from the name, St. Mary Papiri Private Catholic Secondary School, that shows that it is a Christian school. So, in the midst of when the US President Donald Trump is condemning what he termed Christian genocide and persecution of Christians in Nigeria, this thing is happening. And it is not just this one just happened in Kebbi State. And people are saying that, is there truly genocide in Nigeria? But we'll get to that in a moment, because I have a lot to dissect for you on this episode. I will be telling you how it happened itself, how that abduction happened. But before that, let me tell you what the foreign media is saying, because this matter, it don't reach the international level. They don't talk about it. So let me take you to what some of the foreign media is saying, because some Nigerians, they don't know how crucial this thing is. You know, say some things they happen for Nigeria. Some people will be Nigerian self, they don't know. Foreigner no pass them, because those foreigners, they are updated. And that's why I usually tell you that no, they always use your time to watch movie and comedy alone. They watch current affairs as regards what is happening in your country. Now look at this. CNN says police in Nigeria's north central Niger State reported that a group of armed bandits invaded a private Catholic school early on Friday. And it says gunmen kidnapped 52 students from Catholic school in Nigeria. That is according to CNN. I must tell you that there have been conflicting reports about the amount of students that were adopted. Some are saying 100, some are saying 50, some are saying less than 100. But I will read you a quote from the aide to the chairman of Agwara local government in Niger State. I will read you that in a moment, where he said that 100 people, I think he said over 100 were kidnapped. I will read you that quote, but let me continue with what the foreign media are saying. Why did I take the foreign media first? Nigeria has been under immense pressure, and there are suspicion that Donald Trump can act against Nigeria militarily. Now let me tell you what Al Jazeera is saying. Al Jazeera says students taken from Catholic school in Nigeria in latest abduction. That's from Al Jazeera. Now let me tell you what Abduction+ion, a German newspaper, a German public media platform, is saying. It says suspected gunmen have abducted an unconfirmed number of students and staff from a Catholic boarding school in Niger State, Nigeria. Now look at this. I've told you what CNN, Al Jazeera, Abduction+ion is saying. Now let me go and play you a video of how Fox News in the United States reported it. Then when we come back, I will be telling you how it happened. I will be reading some quotes to you, and then we'll be dissecting the associated issues. Let's go and watch this video. Then we come back for a great discussion. Let's watch it.
Gunmen reportedly kidnapping at least 50 students from a Catholic school, adding to the urgency of President Trump's fight to end Christian persecution. This latest attack coming after the commander-in-chief designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. President Trump doing so in response to the more than 7,000 Christians killed in Nigeria since the year began.
There you have it. You just watched the report of what happened on Fox News. So it means say Nigerian matter now. It don't dey the Arab countries, it don't dey America, it don't dey Canada, it don't dey everywhere. And they are reporting it not just on social media, but on certified media channels, media outlets abroad. So that you will know say the matter of your country, not be only Nigeria, it dey circulate. But this latest abduction, how did it happen? Let me reveal it to you. Reports have it that the insurgent, the bandit, or if you like, terrorist or Boko Haramists, they stormed St. Mary Papiri Catholic Secondary School in Agwara local government, Niger State. They stormed the school about 1 a.m. and they operated between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. And guess what? When all this operation was going on, there was no resistance from the security agencies because the security agencies at that point in time were nowhere to be found. And these students were abducted, about 100 of them. And let me read you something as regards that particular abduction. And that will lead me to the statement of Bello Gidi. Bello Gidi is the media aide to the chairman of Agwara local government, the local government where that thing occurred between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Bello said, yes, it's true that bandits have kidnapped students and teachers at St. Mary's Papiri Private Catholic Secondary School, Papiri, Agwara, Niger State. The information that is reaching us is that they have kidnapped over 100 students and teachers. Over 100 students. So while I was confused and looking for the number to follow, CNN said about 52. There are some media reports that said about 100. So I was a bit confused. But when I came across the statement of Bello Gidi, the media aide to the chairman of Agwara local government, then I will go with that of Bello Gidi because he is a local in that particular environment. He's an aide to the chairman and it is his community. So I would rather go with his own that over 100 students were kidnapped. Then we can't erase the fact that the Nigerian government or the Niger state government may try to downplay the amount of students that were kidnapped. Before I go on, let me remind you that this Niger State, the same Niger State, was where I made an analysis of a video where they were stoning the convoy of the governor. If you missed that particular video, I will be attaching it to the end of this video. It will be one of the videos that will be recommended for you. Make sure you watch it. So in the same Niger State now they don't kidnap over 100 students. So you can see where Nigeria is going, that they will storm a place in the middle of the night around 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., go away with students and nothing would be done. Lest I forget, the Niger state government had come out with a statement saying that they want the students, they want the school to close, that there is a security report that they have ordered the boarding schools in that particular, should I say, senatorial district to close down. But this particular school, St. Mary Papiri Private College, reopened without the consent of the state government. Now, I must say this. If this school truly reopened without the consent of the state government, then that is bad. I'm not supporting you not listening to security reports because definitely the state government knows what you don't know. They have access to information that you don't have access to. But then again, let us look at it from this angle, in the sense that it is a northern state. There are some extremists in some of these states, and in some of these northern states, there is lack of trust, in the sense that if you tell the school as a state government, if you just tell them to close, and you don't give them adequate information, or they lack that kind of they lack trust in you that you are doing the right thing, definitely the school would interpret it as a means of suppressing Western education or a means of just closing it down either because you don't want Western education or it is apparently a missionary school, a private Catholic secondary school. So let us get that right. There is a distrust, because if the school trusts you, haven't communicated with the school, definitely they will comply. But that is not a reason for the school not to comply with the directive of the state government. But then, if you investigate what could have made the school not to comply, it is pure distrust. Pure distrust based on what is best known to the school authorities. Now, let us go into another realm of analysis. The big question is there Christian persecution or genocide in Nigeria? In the sense that, why is it that most of the places attacked are Christian based? It is, it is alarming. In Kwara State recently, this bandit or insurgent, they invaded a church, they carried away over 30 persons. They by some people in that particular church. So why we say all these places where they receive attack the most are mostly, have something to are places that have something to do with Christianity. Now, Kwara Church was invaded. Now it is a school, a Catholic school in Niger State. So why is it that it is Christians that are suffering these things the most? I know that Muslims are suffering it, but why is it that most of the people that are suffering a majority, and I must emphasize that significant majority, are Christians? So the big question is there Christian persecution, if you don't want to call it genocide? Is there Christian persecution in Nigeria, particularly northern Nigeria? Is that the case? Because what is happening, definitely, if one looks at it, it will make you ask a lot of questions. Now, let us look at another thing, which is insecurity is what you get when political leadership have failed. You see, all this insecurity in Nigeria is what you get when leaders are more political than rational. Nigerian leaders, they are apparently more political than rational. What do I mean by that? If leaders are more political than rational, definitely you will have insecurity. The president and his disciples apparently only thinks about power. They have concentrated more about 2027 than what can be done for Nigerians. It's not about 2027, making sure that, Tinubu till 2031. That is what is the priority of the Nigerian leadership at this point in time. This kind of insecurity is what you get when you preach restructuring when you are in the opposition, when you preach state police, and at the end of the day you get to power, you didn't restructure and you didn't even give the state police. But what I can say is that technology should please be deployed to avoid booby trap. You will recall that when Brigadier General Uba was killed by the Boko Haram sect, by the ISWAP sect, there is a report that a booby trap was set for them. So I would advise that the troops deployed should use technology rather than manual. They should use technology for the rescue of the girls rather than going there manually. Because if a booby trap is set for them, God forbid Nigeria having another round of casualty. But what I can say in all of this is that there seems to be systemic eradication of education, in the sense that there's already disinterest in education. Most people, they are not encouraged to go to school, in the sense that people that go to school, their life have not changed. Nothing is changing in their life. And now that some people are still finding the courage to go to school, you are now going to that same school to kidnap their children, to abduct them, and some of the parents will be discouraged because they would rather have their children alive and safe than to send them to school and have them abducted. So that's why I said, is there a systemic plan to eradicate education in Nigeria, particularly the North? Because once you create fear, people will definitely not go to school. But if there is a plot like that, the North should realize that the North will be more uncivilized, the North will be more underdeveloped, and the North will be backward. If there's any systemic eradication of education, or to make education unattractive for the people, but through this abduction here, abduction there, the North should realize that their region will be more civilized, it will be more underdeveloped, and it will be backward. And at the end of the day, nobody, no other region should be blamed for this, because the people perpetrating the evil are also Northerners themselves. And I just hope that government will go all out to rescue these children. It's been an interesting time with you. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.